transformation. It's the word on every leader's lips. The promise on every consultant's slide deck. We're all chasing it. But what if I told you that most of what we call transformation isn't? What if the endless upgrades, the new software, the move to the cloud are just making us better at doing the same things we've always done? Today, we're going to cut through the noise and explore the 3 distinct levels of change. By the end of this, you won't just understand the difference between upgrading and evolving. You'll know exactly where your organization stands and what it takes to truly lead a revolution. Let's start with level 1, technical modernization. This is the engine room of IT. It's about upgrading our systems, optimizing our processes, and strengthening our core. Think about moving from on-premise servers to the cloud, or replacing your legacy CRM with a modern SaaS platform, or automating a manual reporting process. This is what the first diagram shows, a journey from point A to point B with some loops along the way. We're doing the same fundamental work, but we're doing it much more efficiently. The path is cleaner, faster, and less prone to breaking. We're managing the complexity. The impact of this level is incremental, but it's very real. It reduces technical debt, it improves security, and it makes our employees' lives easier. And let's be absolutely clear, this is essential. You can't build a skyscraper on a crumbling foundation. But here is the critical distinction that many leaders miss. This is not transformation. This is sharpening the saw. It do e not. Challenge how your business creates value. It just makes the current way of working better. It's the cost of doing business in the 21st century, the price of admission to the modern marketplace. You have to do it to stay in the game, but it won't change the game for you. Now, let's move to level 2, operating model transformation. This is what most executives mean when they say the word transformation. As you can see from the diagram, the complexity here is substantial, and the path from A to B gets a lot more tangled and interwoven. This isn't just about getting better tools. It's about creating entirely new ways of working together. It's about completely redesigning how value is delivered across the entire organization, from the initial idea all the way to the customer. Think about shifting from siloed, project-based teams to persistent, cross-functional product teams that own a piece of the customer experience for the long term, or moving from a slow, linear, waterfall development cycle to a truly agile DevOps culture that can pivot and respond in real time. This level fundamentally challenges our organizational chart. It forces us to integrate new capabilities like data science or user experience design directly into our core delivery process, not as afterthoughts, but as essential components. We're not just doing the same things better. We're starting to do new things in new ways. The impact here is material. It can lead to a dramatically faster time to market, higher quality products, and a much more responsive organization. But it's also much harder. It requires changing mindsets, reskilling teams, and shifting long-held power structures. This is where real organizational change begins to take root. And that brings us to level 3, business model transformation. This is the final boss. This is the big one. As you can see, the complexity is radical. The path from A to B looks like complete chaos, a tangled knot of uncertainty, before it finally straightens out. This is where you redefine what you sell, to whom you sell it, how you compete, and ultimately, where your profit comes from. This is not about making your IT department more efficient. It's about your IT department becoming a profit center itself. It's Amazon Web Services being born from an online bookstore's internal infrastructure. It's Netflix moving from mailing DVDs in red envelopes to becoming a global production studio and content powerhouse. It's John Deere evolving from a company that sells tractors into a precision agriculture data company that sells insights. Level 3 asks the most dangerous and exciting questions. What business are we really in? And what business could we be in? It requires you to look at your company's core competencies, your data, your logistics network, your unique expertise, and imagine how they could be packaged and sold to entirely new markets in entirely new ways. The impact here isn't just incremental or material. It's strategic. It changes the very game you're playing. So, look at the 3 levels side by side. Level 1 is about doing things right. It's about efficiency and stability. Level 2 is about doing the right things. It's about effectiveness and agility. And level 3 is about rewriting the definition of right altogether. It's about strategic reinvention. The most impactful transformations span all 3 levels. You need a modern, robust tech stack from level 1 to enable the new ways of working in level 2, which in turn can unlock the potential for a new business model in level 3. They build on each other. But here's the hard truth. Most organizations actively avoid level 3. They stay in the relative comfort of level 1 and level 2, optimizing processes and reorganizing teams until a crisis forces their hand. That crisis could be a disruptive competitor, a global pandemic, or a sudden market shift. And by then, it's often too late to catch up. As a leader, your most important job is to know which game you're playing. Are you just upgrading your tools? Or are you truly evolving your organization? Are you simply sharpening the saw? Or are you designing a completely new one? The path you choose and the clarity with which you communicate that choice to your teams will determine whether your Xeva all définite. Thanks for watching.